Darwin Nunez to Al-Hilal is done, dusted, and almost complete. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to centre around this man right here, Liverpool's Darwin Nunez, who has played his last game for Liverpool, it seems, as he is edging ever closer towards a move to Saudi Arabia and in particular Al-Hilal. We know that obviously a lot of speculation has been growing about the Uruguayan forward this transfer window. It seemingly was likely that he would be leaving Anfield at some point this summer. And according to Fabrizio Romano today, it is very, very close to being done, dusted, and complete. Signed, sealed, and to be delivered to Saudi Arabia, as Nunez seems to be the latest player to follow the Saudi Arabia trend. Al-Hilal have seemingly got their new striker. We're going to be talking about this move. We're going to be talking about Nunez, Liverpool, and everything else in between. But before we go any further in discussing all of that and much more, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe. If you are new, both things will always and very greatly appreciated. And of course, I encourage you all to get involved in the comment section down below. Use and abuse that section, people. Talk to me and what you make of this transfer story, all the ins, all the outs, and everything else that goes along with it. I'm sure what you have to say will make for great and interesting reading, so please do leave your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, on this story down below. And without further ado, we will get on with the story and the conversation ourselves. We're talking Nunez, Liverpool, Al-Hilal, and everything else in between. So, first and foremost, let's get on with what has been happening with this Nunez situation. For those of you that have been living under a rock, you'll know that it hasn't quite worked out for Darwin Nunez over the course of his time at Liverpool. A lot of bright spells here and there, but nothing ever constant or consistent, worthy, in my opinion, of that massive price tag that we paid for him. We expect more, we expected better. And a lot of us did defend him a lot, and probably a lot longer than we probably should have. But unfortunately, it just hasn't worked out. And that's just the sad reality of the situation. And in my personal opinion, right off the bat, I've always said that a move away from Liverpool will do everybody involved in the deal the world of good. The buying team will get a striker who, maybe with less pressure on him, maybe with a lot of weight being lifted off his shoulders, can maybe get a better Darwin Nunez than what Liverpool could have got. For Nunez himself, maybe that pressure, that relief, and maybe even the lifting of like the scrutiny and the criticism and the abuse and sometimes the abuse from certain fans may as well help Nunez towards having a better career elsewhere. And of course, for Liverpool, they were always going to get at least a decent financial package for him, which Romano has basically stated Liverpool have got. So basically, in this situation, I believe everybody's a winner. But it did seem, like I say, for a while that the move away from Anfield was always on the cards for Darwin Nunez. It did seem for a while that he would be going to Serie A with Napoli. That move collapsed. It did seem like there were interest from other parties elsewhere. Atletico Madrid was seemingly interested at one time or another. AC Milan were reportedly interested. But the Saudi links have always been constant and consistent, even as far back and even maybe further this past January, where reportedly Liverpool had turned down two major monumental money-making offers for Darwin Nunez during that winter transfer window, which Liverpool turned down, and Liverpool went on to keep him. I said at the time it may have been a mistake. We probably should have cashed on him whilst we had the big opportunity to do so, and maybe given his time to someone like Jadon Danners or something. But Liverpool decided to keep him, and he did in fact help us on a couple of occasions turn up in some really big moments for the remainder of the season towards Liverpool's 20th Premier League title accumulation. So you can't say he didn't turn up at certain times, but like I say, there was nothing constant and nothing consistent. The Saudi links, though, continued, and they continued right the way through the summer, and it reached a point today where Fabrizio Romano pretty much confirmed that Darwin Nunez will be going to Al-Hilal in the very near future. He took to his social media to post this. More on Darwin Nunez and Al-Hilal exclusive story. The agreement club to club with Liverpool is 100% done. Understand initial fee will be 53 million euros plus add-ons to reach to bring package higher. Talks with Darwin ongoing to get the green light on personal terms. Seems done and dusted. And the unique thing about this deal is actually that the personal terms aren't fully done yet. Usually teams do go and get the personal terms stuff out the way and done with to make sure that, you know, the player does actually want to join rather than go through the whole negotiation with a club only to find out the player doesn't want to join. But from all intents and purposes, it does seem like Nunez is completely on board with joining the Saudi club. There is no indication that personal terms are going to be an issue. So this, in my opinion, can be considered a done and dusted deal, pending the tying up of loose ends and, of course, the medical, of course, which, of course, is a statement in all of these signings that will, of course, take place in the imminent future. It's a very good move for everybody, like I say, involved. Good move for Nunez, in my opinion. Good move for Saudi. And, of course, a good move for Liverpool Football Club, who are going to get a very good financial package. 53 million euros, which works out at roughly 46 million pounds. Nothing to be sniffed at. Plus, the add-ons that Romano states could make the package even higher. And I think in a previous post, he actually did put out there that the add-ons are actually fairly obtainable for Nunez to get to bring in more money for Liverpool. So it does seem likely that Liverpool are going to get a bigger financial package for Nunez, which is going to be massive for them. So everybody in this situation is a winner. Now, of course, I'm slightly unhappy that it didn't quite work out with Nunez. I remember when he first arrived from Benfica, it was met with a lot of hope, a lot of excitement, a lot of optimism about what Nunez could bring, about how he could evolve his game and become one of the most deadliest strikers in the modern day game today. But unfortunately, it just hasn't worked out. His composure in front of goal and his concentration in front of goal have been exposed completely. That's not to say that other parts of his game didn't intrigue me and excite me. I liked how quick he was. I liked how he constantly had this ability and this intuition to get into the right positions at the right times. His overall build-up play definitely improved as he got older and as he obviously got more entwined with the Premier League and with his teammates at Liverpool. There was definitely improvements to his game that I liked, and his overall game I don't think was terrible. I just think his ability and his positioning sometimes to constantly be offside was frustrating, along with his composure and concentration in front of goal, as I previously mentioned. He should have got more goals than what he did. He should have got more goals than what he did, and it's unfortunate because, like I say, he would constantly get into the right positions. It would just be the way he struck the ball, his timing, his composure, all of that kind of stuff just in front of goal was just a bit off at times. And what would make it even more frustrating is he'd go and smash one in from about 30 yards out, but a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, he'd flop. He would flop in front of goal, he'd crumble in front of goal. And every time that you thought this would be the making of Darwin Nunez, this would be where Darwin Nunez finally arrives at the party. You know, you can pick out moments like his 2 goals against Newcastle, like his goal against Nottingham Forest, his 2 goals against Brentford earlier on towards the end of last season. You know, certain moments like that. Even moments where he didn't exactly score, but he came on and had a very good cameo appearance in certain sub games where he looked lively and he looked dangerous and he was helping his teammates and he was stretching defences and helping Liverpool get goals. Where maybe he wasn't directly involved, but he was still helping his teammates find space and obviously get the opportunities to score. You kind of thought maybe this could be the moment Nunez turns up. And every single time, it would either be very short-lasted or it just wouldn't happen at all. It would either go on for like another couple of games, but then it would completely drop off again. It was just so annoying and frustrating and unfortunate for him. But like I say, I'm hoping this works out for the best for him and his family. I hope that this move is going to be everything and more that he could hope for. I do think that the pressure being lifted off his shoulders of not just playing for Liverpool anymore, but not coming under the same kind of level of scrutiny and criticism that he was being under at Liverpool, definitely lifts a massive weight off of his shoulders, and I hope that he does progress and advance from there. Al-Hilal get their signing, and from all intents and purposes, Inzaghi, their new manager, has been seemingly wanting this move for Nunez for so long, so I'm going to assume that he's going to be very happy that he's got his man. And as for Liverpool, like I say, we get a decent financial package for this. We seemingly have the money as it currently stands right now, even before this Nunez deal has taken off, that we are still going to pursue Isak. So why not take this money that we are getting now and look to strengthen our defence? Mark Gahey, anyone? Again, I'm certainly someone that has been banging this drum all summer long. I did believe for a while that we would be getting Mark Gahey since we've been linked with him, and obviously since the interest has really begun to spark again. And over the course of the past few days, that deal has certainly been talked about again a lot and has been gathering momentum. I'm just wondering now if the sale of Darwin Nunez could potentially fund that deal for Mark Gahey even more so. Like I say, it seems before this move has actually taken place that we were going to go in all in for Isak. That still is a possibility, depending on whether, Newcastle's pull can actually sort itself out, because Newcastle can't seem to get a signing for love nor money so far this summer. But yes, I would definitely now be looking at the defensive line, and this move could definitely fund someone like a Mark Gahey, who in my opinion would be a fantastic signing for Liverpool, a brilliant defender, a brilliant addition to the side, someone that can challenge Konate, and at the same time as well also give Van Dijk a rest as well. He can also give Van Dijk a rest as well as the season goes on. So, if we are coming up against a, with all due respect, a Burnley, for example, we may not necessarily need to play Van Dijk in that kind of situation. We can probably trust in Van Dijk, in Gahey and Konate in those kinds of games. But it'll be interesting to see what we do from here with this kind of money. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Isak saga, and of course with the Mark Gahey and centre-back stuff for Liverpool. But one thing that we do know, Darwin Nunez is pretty much signed, sealed, and pretty much on his way, shall we say, to Al-Hilal and Saudi Arabia this summer. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but good luck to Darwin Nunez. I hope, honestly, it does work out for the best for him. Fingers crossed it does for him. But it's a good move for everybody involved, in my personal opinion. And there you have it. Those are the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of Darwin Nunez going to Al-Hilal? What do you make of him leaving Liverpool? And what do you make of Liverpool's next moves from here on out in the remainder of this transfer window? Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling down below in the comment section. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way out if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Thank you all for your continued or brand new support to the channel. Whichever one it is, I really do appreciate, absolutely adore and love you all. Can't thank you enough. Will always be appreciated and never taken for granted. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I'll see you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers guys, thanks everyone for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you all again very, very soon. Peace.